Yeah. Hi guys. Hello everybody. We are now in the second edition of the Google Hangout for the fall edition that we have for the Lisbon Challenge. So I will introduce the team that we have here. Me as a user experience for Hangout. Uh, we have Ricardo Marvão as coordinator of the program also. First, we have André Marquet as a coordinator of the Hangout for the and, and also we have one of the setups that we have here as a user experience for we have Ricardo Marvão as coordinator of the program. So, André Marquet as a coordinator in the second Hangout for the and also, can you, we have some questions that we already have. So, André, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Rafael. I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine. What were you saying then? Your mic is mixed, so I cannot hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Can you hear now?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, so we had some problem with the sound here, but is everything okay now? So
Okay.
André, we had some questions that the people start to ask us, and can you introduce a bit about the Lisbon Challenge program, and then start to check the questions that we already have, so that for the Q&A hangout.
Yes, sure. So the Lisbon Challenge is a startup accelerator that was born in Lisbon back in 2013, and it's now on the second edition, heading towards the third edition, which is going to start on September 26th and end by December the 19th. It's an international program. We have startups coming from pretty much all over the place with with applications from over 50 countries so far for the third edition of Lisbon Challenge. And what can I say? It's a great opportunity if you have a startup and you want to bring it to life on the software as a service fields or any kind of high tech field that involves software or is related to the internet. So we did have some questions regarding the Lisbon Challenge Fall Edition. So we did organize a first version of this Hangout 1 week ago, if I'm not mistaken. Was a heavily concurred Hangout. We got over 36, about 36 questions regarding pretty much everything. So. I think I'm just going, since we don't have anyone else joining the conversation yet, or at least joining it live. I'm just going to review some of the questions that we have here from the last Hangout. One of the most common questions we have is, can I go to Lisbon if selected and find a CTO candidate in the first few days and there to fill in the minimum 2 members team? So the question is, can I go to Lisbon alone and eventually find another person that joins the team? So here the answer is really about the way we conduct the evaluation process for the startups. So there is very little chance, very little chance that a startup with just one founder gets selected. But in case you do get selected, I mean, if that happens, if we find that your idea and you as an entrepreneur, you are a super awesome person, then we will invite you, and of course you can fill in up to 3 empty slots because you can have up to 4 people doing the program. Another question that comes a lot is teams that couldn't manage to register before the 30th of June, but will do it before the 20th of July, will have the same opportunities to get selected. And the answer is yes. So it doesn't matter if you have done your registration or your application form before the June the 30th, because if you do it until July 20th, you have the exact same chances of getting accepted into the program. We are going to evaluate those applications the exact same way, and no we're not going to differentiate them in any form or manner. Um, if you have to give a percentage, how much of the program will actually be trainings and how much we can expect to be directly progressing on our project? So this is a very, very, very good question. It relates to the kind of the program is being done. I'm going to let João from Wazza talk a little bit about this question, and just let you know that the way we did the program, at least for the spring edition, was in such a way that it was pretty balanced. So you have time to develop your own activities, as well do the mentoring and other trainings that we provide for. But João, do you want to add on that?
The session, they were pretty well balanced. Like we have a shared calendar, and everyone could see like the sessions of the current week and the next week. And the good thing about those sessions is that every week they had a topic. For example, business development, investors, deals, and so on. So you know in advance which topics are going to be approached during the sessions, and you can organize your work or split your team in order, for example, one of them takes one session while the other one is preparing the other one or doing some work. The cool thing about the session is that you learn a lot by listening to the people that came here, especially us. Because me and my co-founder were both engineers, so everything that was non-technical for us was very good. I remember, for example, the session regarding intellectual property was early in the morning, but it was very, very, very good. And is one of the things that is more cool about Lisbon Challenge is that everyone that comes here to speak, for example, either a CEO or a business session, inside sales session, technical session, they have very good experience to share, and they're very good at what you do. So I wouldn't say that sessions take you time away to work, because you're learning stuff and you're learning how to do things the right way that will save you time in the future.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I mean, thank you as well for your testimonial. So I'm going to actually go to the question that we have here for the new Hangout, for this Hangout. So the question is, when are you going to provide the list of the startups for the next edition? So we are going to approach the selected candidates by mid-August. So we now have August the 15th, which is Monday. Which is actually a Friday, has the deadline to send the application emails, answers, the emails with the answers towards those that have applied and have been selected. So again, we want to give the teams at least 1 month for them to prepare prior to coming to Lisbon for the fall edition. Another question is, what kind of activities will be proposed in the Virtual Acceleration Week. This question is from Miguel Cruz from Apuro, from Portugal. So, Miguel, I don't know if you are there, but if you are, you should join the conversation because I don't know what you mean by the Virtual Acceleration Week. So, I would actually like I would like to hear from Miguel to understand what he means from the Virtual Acceleration Week, as we don't propose, or at least as of now, we don't envision having a Virtual Acceleration Week. What we do have is a Open Acceleration Week, or at least we used to have that for the spring edition. And the Open Week is a week which is open to general public. So not only for the attendees, the teams that are invited to come to the Lisbon Challenge and do the Lisbon Challenge, but also to the general startup community of Lisbon that is being invited to attend those workshops and work with the teams for 1 week. But João was here, and he might want to talk a little bit about what Open Week was and how he experienced it.
Wait, João. Yeah, now.
Okay. So basically the Open Week was kind of a week as the others. We had like sessions, all the schedule was provided as usual. It was the first week. The only difference is that we had more people than usual. For example, because it was like name says open. So people who could come, see the sessions, talk to the startups, get around the venue. It's like an open day at school. So it was basically for people that it was made. I think it was made for startups and people that didn't actually were accepted in the final batch of the program. So they can see like the vibe, what was happening, the venue, the startups, talk a little bit to us and all that stuff. It was a normal week with kind of more people, like cool people from pretty much all over the place. And I think the idea was to give more like an overview of what was happening and what was going to happen, because it was very early in the beginning. I think it was like the first week of the program or so. So it was good either to us to see like the calendar of the 12 weeks, and for people that didn't try to apply, they didn't get accepted, and kind of know, like, experience what will be the Lisbon Challenge. And hopefully it was something that I don't know if it was André or Ricardo stressed a lot, that people who didn't enter the first batch, the spring batch, should apply to the winter batch, because it's really a good experience, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so thanks João, for the testimonial. So we really don't have any more questions, and we don't have anyone joining the conversation. So I guess
I'd like to invite them to join us, those that are listening us right now. So join us in the conversation. In the description, you have the link to join the Hangout, and you can meet each other here online. So be welcome here with us.
yeah, it'd be great if people can join us, so we make it a little bit more interactive like we did last time, because otherwise this becomes not so interesting. And yeah, I mean, well, you are heading towards London next week. Are you actually going?
I don't know if anyone's listening, but for us, Lisbon Challenge was quite a ride, especially for me. Like about, let me see, like seven weeks, around 2 months ago, I got hit by a car after dinner here with the guys. I was going home, and the car hit me. I woke up at the hospital, and like it was like pretty rough. But 2 weeks later, I was already here working because the energy was so hard and like people were working. We were working like hell. So like spending time at home was really not an option. Regarding like like everything was hurting, I just wanted to get get my ass off home and go back here because one of the things that the guys stress, like André, Ricardo, pretty much everyone here from Beta, I stress it right from the start, is that everyone should be here working. At the first time, I didn't realize why, but after some days, you really get the vibe and it's really interesting because some of us are working in totally different projects. But in the end, there are some issues and some doubts that are common to most of the startups here. So we kind of learn a lot by sharing pains and experience with each other.
Okay,
Not
so
car crash pains, but the other ones, more or less painful. Okay, looks like we have someone.
we have Ashraf now with us. Welcome, Ashraf. Hi, Ashraf, are you there? Not really. Doesn't seem to be working so well.
Ashraf, can you hear us?
Oh, doesn't seem to be working so well.
Oh, it's loading.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay. Hi, Ashraf.
Yeah, there was a few more questions on the list, the Google Docs spreadsheet. One I wanted to inquire about, the costs of attending the program? It's 200 euros, is that correct?
Yeah, so what is the question exactly, Ashraf?
How does it work? Do you spend 200 euros to get there and then you get investment to work for the 3 months there?
So is Ricardo around?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I think Ricardo is it's the new Lisbon Challenge coordinator, and he can answer that question. Okay. So go on, Ricardo.
So basically, the 200 euros is just a commitment for you to come to the Lisbon Challenge. So the idea is for you to, we give you the accelerator, and we provide all the mentors and the office space and the perks, but we need also to see some commitments. And from the beginning, we were just saying we're not charging, but then people were quitting last minute, and just because it's like when you're offered a free ticket to the movies and you just decide last minute if you're going to go or not. So this is a commitment that we need to see from a startup that wants to go to the Lisbon Challenge. And in the end, the money that we spend, the money that you spend is basically returned to all the activities that we provide. We provide much more than those 200 euros. Plus, we provide also a lot of software tools for you to follow your progress along week during the 3 months.
So just to clarify, is the 200 euro, do you pay that only if you get selected?
Yes.
Or is it, okay, so you don't pay up front or anything like that?
No. Only if you're selected, you pay the 200 euros.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
There was quite a few on the spreadsheet. Do you guys have the link?
Yes.
For our listeners, I'm not sure if you answered them all. But I'm
You won't have money for all the rest of the year.
So, Ashraf, what kind of startup do you have? What kind of project do you have?
Player. It's a super easy to use game maker app for kids to learn how to program, design, and become entrepreneurs themselves. So we've been going for about a year. We're a three-person team. I'm the full-time member, and we've got two part-time members that are looking to go full-time. Regarding recent traction, we've doubled our user base month on month for the past 4 months, and we got some cool technologies which allow you to real-time stream source code, so you can update apps via the app stores without going through Apple's updates just instantly in real time. So it's a real-time development platform. Partners that we're currently working with, the two big ones that we're signed with is we're working with British Gas and University of Southampton, and we're doing a lot of like early stage partnerships around that. But we're still learning regarding the best way to monetize the platform. At the moment, we're just at user acquisition phase, or we just want to get a critical mass. Because the way we envision us making the most money is if we had a B2C product, and if we had an ecosystem of app creators creating apps on our platform, we can potentially take a cut of their in-app purchases, their advertisements, or their sales between the makers.
Okay, great. João is actually has a startup on in-app purchases. João, do you want to share a little bit of your vision and see if Ashraf kind of agrees with you?
Am I on mute?
I can hear
No,
you.
you're not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically our startup, I'm just going to put here the address. Cool. So basically we provide a very simple to integrate software as a service analytics for mobile apps just to measure in-app purchase KPIs. So everything in-app purchase related, for example, the average time user takes to make the first purchase, the second purchase, average revenue per user, how many new paying users do you have, the evolution of the average of your revenue, at what types of, if you imagine that if it is a game when people are purchasing more. So we basically want to give small and medium companies or even indie developers the tools to get a complete overview about their in-app purchase business, because we talked to a lot of companies, including Peter from Rovio, the CEO of Angry Birds, and he said, yeah, we have all those tools, we develop all of those things in-house, but we talk to other companies, they don't have access to those tools. And since in-app purchase is really the growing trend regarding mobile monetization, we want to give small medium companies and developers, because we are developers and we make apps, the tools to monetize their apps more efficiently without having to develop that whole infrastructure behind it.
Yeah, so something that I add to that, because yeah, you're right, in-app purchases is the #1 way to monetize your products on there. Something that we're doing, which could add to your, or maybe if we ever work together, is we allow real-time source code streaming. So you're getting lots of analytics regarding what works, what their purposes are, and etc. So usually what people do is they A/B test purchases. Like for example, if you're a male user versus a female user, if I show the female user a skirt, will they more likely buy it unless it was a male user? So the next step on top of that is once you've A/B tested, you've got your results and you've got your analytics saying that this is the best solution for it. Your next challenge is to update your application with the latest logic telling you what you're going to sell, what you're going to purchase. So in our solution that we'll be working with, we can real-time update the end product instantly, so you don't need to push out a new update for the App Store, you don't need to let people download it. So there's a way to tap to actually work together in this this field. But yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. We've seen a lot of good solutions out there moving towards this. Assuming if you integrate in big platforms like Unity and
Yeah.
that's how
So
you're
now
going
we
to grow
only
your
focus
users.
on Android, native Android and iOS because we're just two guys. But actually, it was kind of funny because before Lisbon Challenge, we actually started by doing something more similar, something in the on the scope you were addressing. But it was kind of interesting. Like we talked with potential customers and a lot of mentors here, a lot of talks. We kind of realized that in order like to add instant value, we were okay. We have a product that people said like regarding the more intelligence management and showing to the user like stuff that is more related or you can either A/B test or so. We kind of understood that people want first like immediate value. So an analytics solution, they said, okay, yeah, that's really cool. I'll want this, but that seems like it will take some time, like to get really good results after integration. We want like something that we can have like immediate value. So tell me more about analytics. And we were like, yeah, it's like must-have feature. And after some talks, either with mentors or potential customers, we kind of realized, okay, like probably we're starting like the house the wrong way. So we kind of flip back, and now that we're approaching potential customers, beta testers, and so they understand the immediate value. And when we tell them about the long-term vision, it actually, well, it actually passes by there. They immediately see like the roadmap and where we're going. And that change was only possible by being here like every day talking to people, to either with our colleagues here, to mentors, people that come, because the most valuable thing about Lisbon Challenge, and the place is awesome, the perks are awesome, but I think it's like the network that you build and the access that you have to really amazing mentors, investors, that some of them are potential customers. One mentor here has a game with within a purchase like 5 or 7 million downloads. So when you have like mentors like that can potentially be your customers, that's amazing.
That sounds really cool. So you had this big vision at first that you were going to have like a full stack, and then after being guided by the mentors, you decided that step one is just to get the analytics and have the analytics super easy to integrate, so that gets most of the developers.
And we can get data right from there.
And then that will be your next shift. And what stage? How long have you been working on this? Sorry if I'm taking up too much time, but
sorry.
Really, how long have you been working on this?
Me and my partner, I quit my job in a previous startup in the end of September. Then, like around like 2 months, or we just like okay, like searching, browsing the web, googling for stuff, and we started like serious working on this around January.
And you're working towards a demo day, which you can potentially.
Actually, here at Lisbon Challenge, we didn't have like this edition that I participated in. The concept of demo day, as opposed, for example, to Y Combinator, like everyone works for the demo day and then poof. And I think the thing of having a demo day is that people focus because the demo day is right in the end. So people tend like to sometimes to get a little bit unfocused. So what the guys did, after the first month, you had what they call the prototype day, which was basically a demo day, but only focusing about product. So it was to force you in the first month to build something or to finish building something that you can present to people and show like your proof of concept. And then the rest of the program will last like 1.5 months or 2 months. Was okay. You keep building on that. You keep building on that prototype, but you can already show to some mentors, investors, and potential customers something that if you had the demo day at the end, probably and the night before you're just okay, like finishing coding stuff. And I think it was really good to have the prototype, so you can really do something sometimes very crappy, but that people understood, and then you can iterate and build, measure, learn on top of it. So that was really cool. At the beginning, I was a little bit skeptical. Yeah, prototype, yeah, crap. But now I really understood the value, and I think it was a great decision from the organization.
So, can you please repeat that? So, what was the big decision we took that you find it interesting?
Sorry.
What do you think was the good decision we take?
The prototype day.
So you think prototype day was actually helpful?
Yes, because it made, for example, I remember it made us build something like to prove a concept, and during the end of the program, we already had like something to build up and to test. Because I remember, like, for example, when we arrived here, we had a very, very, very crappy. When I mean crappy, I mean it was really crappy prototype. Rafael remembers like the whole gray shitty thing. Like we basically took it all off and built like not from scratch, but like a prototype of what we were doing. And when you have something that people can look at and you tell what you're doing, they start destroying everything, and it's good because it's good. The early they start destroy, the more time you have to improve it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that was the. I'm gonna shut up and like people ask questions.
So yeah, we can also go to wazza.io if you want to check it out, right? So let me just welcome Tiago.
Hello. Hi. I was in on. I'm not hearing very well.
Where are you from, Tiago?
I'm from Portugal, Lisbon.
Okay. Startup.
We are in the phase A from an idea that we have about football and fantasy leagues, and we have a concept really different.
Okay. Can you tell us about it? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Tiago.
Yes, I'm here. There is a little bit of delay. About
okay,
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I'll try not to speak so much. Can you tell us a little bit about your concept?
Yes, we are a web platform. We are building that about 8-9 months ago about football and fantasy leagues. Right. That's it. We want to implement this concept in Portugal, like a test, like a ground zero phase, and then we want to scale. Yes, this is really.
Yeah, I hear you well. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No. I'm here just for listening and learning about the others.
Are you applying to Lisbon Challenge?
I'm thinking about that, but I don't know. I have to see the conditions, and that's why I'm here.
Okay. So applications phase, Tiago, and they end by Sunday night, right?
Sunday night?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's Sunday night.
Okay.
So what is preventing you from applying to Lisbon Challenge?
No, I don't know. We are in I think we are in a advanced phase. I have to see.
Yeah, go on, go on, go on. You're talking. No one's talking. Go on.
Yeah, but there is delay, and I'm hearing myself and another person, and there is a little bit of difficulty on
That
this.
is the reason, probably because you have the YouTube open. So be only in the
I
Hangout.
close everything. I close everything.
Okay, now you listen
Sorry.
only in the right moment. Yeah, the YouTube have like 10 seconds as delay, so that's why.
Yeah, and I think now is quite well right now. Um, yes. Yeah. Where are you? Where I am I?
So I was asking you, what are you considering to apply to Lisbon Challenge, and
Yeah.
why are you considering apply? And if you haven't applied yet, why haven't you done so? So how can we make the match happen?
Yes, we have our plan and we think about that. And right now, I think we need some investment to develop the platform, and we are in this phase of decision. Uh, there's one question that I have. Yeah, yes, I'm considering.
Okay. So do you have any question that we might?
Yes, about equity. About equity. The next
Okay, go on.
the next challenge. I saw the last day when you were concluding the Lisbon Investment Summit, and you told us that Lisbon Investment Summit and BTI has a different plan from the next challenge, and that's why I'm a little bit with some doubts about our equity, because that's a big.
Okay, Ricardo, are you there? Ricardo.
I'm here.
Okay, do you want to answer to this question because it relates to the new equity strategy?
Yeah, there's no change for the 3 months, the first 3 months. So basically, there's no equity taken on the first 3 months. But the idea is to invest in the top startups. So after the Lisbon Challenge happens.
Okay, okay. But there is a problem about my team, because we have our jobs, and we have to be 3 months full time there.
Yes.
That's
So
true.
it's a requirement. If you're not 3 months in the Lisbon Challenge, you're not in the Lisbon Challenge.
Okay. So
And
we have
this
to
is
we
all
have
the
to follow.
startups.
Yes. Okay. To me, is quite. It's not very easy, but we have to think about that.
Right.
Because ourselves have a job and we have to pay our bills, and we are just trying to
Maybe it's not the
scale
moment.
this.
Maybe it's not
What?
the moment. Maybe it's not the moment for you to apply. Maybe you have to wait. Maybe you have to decide between what's most important: your job, or the startup, or the dream that you have, or maybe it's in the next edition, not this one. So it depends a lot. But for us, it's very clear from all the feedback we got from all the startups, from all the editions, that if you're not here 3 months, it doesn't work. So you have to be here full time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's totally correct. I mean, I would say there's only one big takeaway that I would do completely different is be even harsher with the startups in terms of enrollment, because sometimes, especially with the local startups, with local Lisbon startups, we are very flexible, because we say, people are coming from Egypt, people are coming from Russia, from Ukraine, from Brazil, and they don't have anywhere else to go. So they come to Lisbon, they work at our co-working space, and that's it. They cannot go to their home office and say, hey, maybe today I'm doing some business development somewhere else. and I think we had this conversation with João when they were considering, when we told them that they were invited to come to Lisbon Challenge, and they have an office at the Startup Lisboa, and I told them, guys, forget about Startup Lisboa for 3 months, okay? During 3 months, you have to be at the Lisbon Challenge venue, and they did so. And this really helps you develop the kind of relationship that you need to develop with the other teams, with your own team, to be more productive, developing your products. Otherwise, it won't happen. It's like you're doing this half time, and you're also thinking about the business development you have to do somewhere else, and the meetings that you have to go. It's not happening. So think about Lisbon Challenge has a parole, has going to jail for 3 months, and that's it.
I'm thinking about this for about 2 years, just for you have an idea about our commitment. We are developing or doing some codes for about 9-10 months. The conceptuation phase has already more 6 or 7 months. So we think that this is a huge opportunity because there is no big concurrency in Portugal, in Europe about our model, and I think this is the future. So we have to decide. I have to decide about leaving my job because already I am an entrepreneur right now, but my team is a little bit difficult, and I have to have a serious conversation with them.
Okay. I understand.
I already have an IT company.
Okay, so any other questions?
No, there is no questions. I'm here just to know more people and to learn about, with you guys.
Okay, so
I am seeing, you know, I discovered Lisbon Investment Summit in last Tuesday. I buy the tickets in 5 minutes because my goal right now is to know people, network, and then have some advice from the people that know.
Okay.
Did you like the investment summit?
I love it. I love it. It was a place or in an. I couldn't. I learned the pitches, some errors that some teams made, about the confidence, about the questions that the investors can make or made in the future. There's another. It is another world. I think it's a niche.
Thanks for your.
And I have to say, and I have to say one thing that Betty already knows, but your work is fantastic.
Thank you, Tiago. Okay, so guys, if you don't have any other comments or question, we can move on. This was a 45 minutes, rather short Google Hangout, but I guess that also means that maybe most of the questions were also being answered by either the Q&A form that we shared online and the FAQ that we have on our website. So if you have any other question that you might want to address, just go on the website. There's a frequently asked questions section over there. Just to make it call it a day, where are you from, Ashraf? Where are you talking? From where are you talking to us?
Yeah, 1 second. Go ahead.
London, UK.
London, UK. Okay. Do you have a UK visa? Do you have a UK passport?
Yeah, I've got a British passport.
Okay. Because for teams that need a visa, we also are working with the Portuguese Foreign Office, and we can help you guys get the visa. Okay. The issue is the sooner we know about that, the biggest the chances that all the procedure goes well, because we had previous experience from teams from in Africa that ended up taking more time than the time frame that we had for them to get into the program. So it helps to work out with teams and the applicants as soon as possible in terms of the visa procedures. So with this said, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to basically call it a day and let João, Ricardo, and Rafael do say some last words.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in Lisbon.
Yeah, come to Lisbon, guys.
Yeah, you should. It's
It's a nice weather here and a nice environment for startups. So, thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, João.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Bye.